Hi, I watched Baker Boys the series and here's my review. The story is about four men who get together working in a cafe that was opened by one of them. As they try to work around each other and get along and also start to get to know each other, they eventually start to create a bond between them and get to learn kind of each other's secret. All the while, outside in the city, near the cafe, there are little kids that are found dead. Alright, so first I want to say that this adaptation is the first one I see. I actually noticed later on that there's a Japanese version and a Korean version as well. So it was really my first introduction and I actually started it because there was Singto in it and I was really interested to watch him in another drama. You could say I went in completely blind. I had no idea of what really to expect, except that it was about baking, ultimately. And nothing I ever wrote on my note paper ever happened. Every time I would write some comments and every time I would have to scratch them off because I was wrong, or yeah, mostly I was wrong. So in a sense, I think it's a good thing because it shows that you can't really predict the drama. If you've never heard of this before, you're in for a bit of a surprise, I would say, because nothing really ever happens like you would expect. Sometimes it was really nice for me. I was like, oh wow, they didn't do it. Wow, they did that instead. Sometimes I was really glad, but sometimes I was a bit disappointed too. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, oh, so it was not okay. Oh, I thought this was going to happen this way, but no. So again, I went in blind, so I don't know if the other adaptations are similar. What I actually liked about it is that although the drama doesn't feel really real, in a sense that sometimes the acting, although pretty good from the main characters, can be a bit over the top, and the production, you can sense it's quite cheap. It doesn't really feel real, because sometimes you have these people talking about kids' murder, and I don't know, it doesn't seem that important. You know, the atmosphere around talking about this subject doesn't really match well with what they are talking about. Although there's this, the fact that they change up of what you actually expect from the drama, they actually change things in a way that makes it a lot more realistic. I suppose it is like this in the original work, but I'm not going to talk about it because I don't know about it. So it's actually really nice because when you watch it, even though nothing feels real visually, when you watch it, you kind of get used to it because it's so in your face and you can enjoy it. But the themes, everything behind, a lot of actions and events that happen actually are kind of very natural and I would say very realistic to what would happen in real life. Like I said, it's not like in a usual drama where you're like, okay, this is happening and you can guess everything. No, it's really not like this. So I actually liked it. Ultimately, as a whole, it was quite enjoyable. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said just before, I think the four main actors did quite a good job, honestly. Even though I went in for Singto in the first place, I actually really enjoyed all of them. They were really endearing, if I could say so. You kind of want to be friends with them at the end of the drama. For the rest of the cast, I think it really depends. For example, the couple and their daughter were like journalists and try to find the murderer of the kids. It's quite difficult to tell because it's often on their part that the mood kind of doesn't match with what they are talking about. But the mom for sure plays really well. I already saw her before, but the dad was a bit... No, the data was not really that. Also, it actually reminded me of something that I forgot to write on my paper. I don't know what it is with this drama, with repeating stuff and people acting surprised again. It happens on a few occasions where you have like a secret revealed about someone. The person who has a secret reveals it to the others or to people around him. And they are all like shocked and they need a moment, and you know, it's a revelation after all. But then one of them, or even all of them, get to learn the story from someone else a bit later on, even in the same episode. And they kind of act all shocked again, like it was kind of the first time learning about it, but you just heard about it. It happens quite a few times in the drama, and every time I couldn't really understand because I was like, but he just told you that. No. Okay. So yeah, that's a little thing too that's a bit weird. Overall, I think it's quite an enjoyable watch, but I wouldn't get out of my way to watch it either. It's mostly maybe if you don't really have anything else to watch or if you're bored, but I wouldn't call it a bad drama either. It's really in the middle. I need to say this, maybe I should have said it at the beginning, but it's not a BL. I wasn't expecting a BL from the trailer I saw about this drama. I wasn't expecting it. But yeah, I saw quite a few people being a bit sad because it was not a BL. However, I want to mention a quick little thing in a spoil part. So, little spoil part right here. So, like I just said, this is not a BL and you shouldn't really expect anything. It's just that Singto's character, Weir, is a gay person. So this, you know, I knew from the trailer. However, I did think that by the end of the drama, Weir and Pun would end up together. I don't know, for some reason I just really thought that even if though it was not BL and we saw nothing BL throughout the drama, I still thought at the end they would start going out together for some reason. So I was a bit disappointed about that because I wanted them to finish together. You know, at first they kind of started out awkwardly together, but I don't know, throughout the drama they kind of really get to know each other and really get along a lot. But although I was disappointed that they didn't finish at the end, I think at some point in the drama, I can't really remember when, but at some point in the drama, you just know they are not going to finish together. At some point, I was watching the drama and I was like, I don't think they are going to. But you know, I kind of kept a bit of hope inside, but no, they don't. So it's completely not a BL. Well, in my opinion, it wouldn't be a BL either if they just finish, you know, at the very end together. And last thing I want to mention, I actually also forgot to write it on my paper, is where's the police? I mean, they kind of give a reason why they are not doing their job, because it seems like they are not interested in this case. But kids being murdered, kidnapped, then murdered. How is the police not going to be working hard on this? I mean, even just the people of the neighborhood should be like enough pressure to make them work hard on such a case. I mean, it's really not random people or anything, it's young kids. So, I don't know, the explanation they gave is a bit, at first, kind of made sense, I would say. But then later on, since the pattern kind of changes, no, it doesn't really anymore, but sometimes there's not really logic, but okay. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say about this drama. Don't hesitate to tell me about it, and yeah, I'll see you in another video. Bye bye!